Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well and fine because I'm doing good. I'm okay. On today's video we're going to be making meat pie. Hooray! I love meat pie so much and I think it's one of the healthiest snacks that we have around. And today I'm going to be doing a very easy and simple recipe. I'm going to make the dough with like some flour, some whole flour, and then some eggs and salt. So this is all I need to make the dough: just some flour, some eggs, a little bit of salt, and then water. And then for the filling, I'm going to be using some carrots, some Irish potatoes, and some onions, a little bit of powdered garlic, and a little bit of pepper because I love how hot it is and the taste it gives. And then we have a seasoning cube, Maggi, and a little bit of black pepper. Then this is our minced meat, our ground beef. So I'm going to use all these to make the filling. And so guys, stay tuned and watch me as I come up with this recipe. And I also forgot to show you we have a vegetable oil for frying. And so stay tuned guys. Right now I'm going to go ahead to make the dough and then leave it in the fridge for about 1 to 2 hours. And then while it's resting in the fridge, I'm going to go ahead to make the filling. So guys, at this point I'll go ahead to pour in a little bit of flour in the bowl because I don't want to make too much meat pie, just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead to pour in flour in the bowl. And then I forgot to show you guys in the recipes we'll also need butter. I went ahead to melt it, like not completely but just for it to be soft. So I'm going to mix the butter together with the flour until it forms crumbs before adding the eggs. So I'm going ahead to transfer our butter into the flour. I'm going to mix it together properly. Guys, can you see the crumbs already? So you mix properly for it to form crumbs. As you can see, we have like the flour is in like the crumbs, like bread crumbs and all. So I'm going to go ahead to break the egg, whisk it, and then pour it into the flour mixture, in the flour mix. So at this point I'll go ahead to pour in a whisked egg, and then I'm going to mix again. Mix well guys, mix properly. And it already feels so wet. Mix properly. Since I had just a little bit of flour and then I whisked 2 eggs, it's already kind of like hard. So I'm going to really hard. So I'm going to add a little bit of water and then just a pinch of salt for this, just to have a little bit of salty taste. Yeah, and then I'm going to add in just a little bit of water, a little bit, because yeah, and I'm going to mix again so that the flour can be firm before I place in the fridge. So guys, after mixing properly, this is our batter, the batter that we got. So I'm going to leave this in the fridge for like 1 to 2 hours. So I'm going to cover with foil paper and then leave in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours. while I start cooking the filling and then start frying. So guys, at this point I had gone ahead to wash, peel and chop the carrots, and then chop our onions, chop and peel and chop our potatoes, our Irish, and then I boiled it just for a little bit so that it's kind of like soft and tender. And then I went ahead to defrost our ground beef. So right now I'm going to pour in a little bit of oil into our pan, just a little bit, enough as to make the filling. So guys, at this point our pot is hot, so I'm going to go ahead and add our chopped onions. Then I'll go ahead to add in our ground beef. At this point, I'll go ahead to add in some black pepper, a little bit of powder, garlic powder, a little bit of seasoning cube, adding some pepper. It's optional because I love pepper, that's why I actually added pepper, but it's not necessary to add pepper. It's very optional. I'll go into adding our chopped Irish that I boiled for a little. And I chopped carrots. I'm going to stir. Wow, look at how beautiful it is. I stirred properly, adding a little bit of salt, just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Adding a little bit of water. Then I'm going to let cook. Wow, it looks so good already, and I tell you, it smells so good. So I'm going to cover and let cook for like 2 to 3 minutes. So guys, at this point our filling is well cooked, so I'll go ahead to turn off the heat and then let cool. So I'm going to let it cool while our dough is still in the fridge. And then when our dough has made like 1 to 1.5 hours in the fridge, I'm going to remove and then start filling in the dough, like start like rolling, wrapping, filling, and then frying. You're going to see everything, so stay tuned guys. So guys, more than an hour has passed, So I'm going to remove our butter. I've removed our butter from the fridge. I'm going to place it on the plate. And on a clean surface, I'm going to pour in some flour. Just a little bit of flour. Spread it on the surface. I'm going to go ahead and cut my batter into little sizes, roll, and then put in our filling. So I've gone ahead to cut my batter into small size. I'm going to flatten. Our batter is well flattened, and then I'm going to cut in a circular form, in a circular shape, and then add in our filling. So I have two circular shapes. I'm going to add in our filling. I've added our filling. I'm going to cover. At this point, I'm going to use a fork to properly close the ends, so that while it's frying, the filling does not get out of the batter. And then I'm going to place into a clean plate. Repeat the same procedure for all of the batter that is left. So this is the second one, like the third and the fourth. I'm going to do the same thing, cover and then close properly with a fork. At this point, our oil has been hot. It has been on the fire for a while on medium heat. So I'm going to go ahead to fry the first batch of meat pie. So I'm going to put it in the pot. So guys, I'm going to let it cook like finely. I put it on medium heat so that the flour can cook really well, and not just get like burnt, but cook really well. And when it has a golden brown color, I'm going to remove, and wow, voila, our meat pie is done. So at this point guys, I would like to thank you for sticking with me right up to the end of the video. I would like you guys to like, comment, share, subscribe, and then like giving your any video suggestions you want me to do, any videos, like some new recipes you want me to try, let me know, and see you in my next video. Bye bye guys. Again, bye bye guys, until next time, bye bye.